All right. So I just made a video and I was basically addressing the fact that a whole bunch of trolls online try to make it out to seem like we targeted individuals are crazy. And I was like, yeah, no, we're not. Here's some evidences. All right. Here's some more evidence. Actually, I wanted to just make a list of all of the evidence and talk about it in this video. So, first of all, I said in the last video that it was about a week ago that Biden signed the Havana Act of 2021. It was actually on October 8th of 2021. So, over a month ago, almost 2 months ago now, maybe actually a month and a half ago, President Biden, illegitimate although he may be, signed the Havana Act of 2021, stating that employees of the CIA and the Department of State can receive compensation for neurological damage incurred. And I don't know if it actually mentions anything about directed energy weapons. It just says, oh, somehow they have neurological damage. We don't know. But if you look up more evidence, if you look up the Havana syndrome, you can see that there were, it was in the news, that there were diplomats in China and in Havana, Cuba, hence Havana syndrome and the Havana Act. They were hit with directed energy weapons. Or, they were hit with directed energy weapons and they suffered neurological damage. And so that's why it's called the Havana syndrome. And so then Biden signed the Havana Act. Now, in the Havana Act, it says it's for the CIA employees, Department of State employees, and then also at the very end it states, and for other purposes. I mean, I don't really know what that means. I'd have to read the act a little more in detail. I kind of just went through it quickly. I was hoping that for other purposes means compensation for targeted individuals, but I don't know that it necessarily means that, and I'm not so sure that we're there yet. I think that as TIs, I don't even think we should have to go through this whole fucking court process. The intelligence agencies have all the information, they have all of the evidence, and if the military is stepping in and this is going to be taken care of, you know who we are, fucking pay us out, and just let this nightmare be over, okay? Not that paying us, not that compensating us is going to make up for the time that we've lost and whatever damage has happened to our bodies and the lives that have been destroyed, but seriously, I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. I don't even want to deal with this right now. This video could be a lot better than it is, and it should be, but like, I don't even want to be making this video. Like, I could post links below with all like the patents and the videos and whatever, and I don't even want to waste my time doing that because I don't even want to be doing this. I don't even want to be a TI. No one asks me, but I digress. So, Havana Act, Havana Syndrome. You could Google it. You could Google the Targeted Individual Program. You could just Google it. And it'll say, like, there's some sites that say, oh, this has been debunked. Oh, it's not real. The people who believe they're being gang-stalked, they're just mentally ill. But you know what debunk means? Debunking usually means suppress. So if the whole thing is fake, then why does the idea even exist to the point that mainstream media feels like they have to debunk it? Okay? You can read the techniques. You can look up the gang stalking manuals. You can read the techniques used in gang stalking. You can find books on Amazon about gang stalking, about the Targeted Individual Program. You can find books that have been written about this. You can, I'm just reading, just going over my notes. You can go to sites of organizations that say that they help us. I don't know that I should mention any names because these organizations say they help us, but I do believe that they are helping to target us as I have been targeted by them. Or maybe they help some of us, but they don't help me. I think that they are targeting, if not all TIs, then at least those of us who are more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word right now. But basically those of us who are, more high functioning, the more high functioning TIs. I think that those organizations definitely target us because they haven't helped me, they've targeted me. But they do have information on their sites about the Targeted Individual Program. You can look up patents for the remote neural monitoring, for the V2K, for the whatever. Look up patents for this directed energy weapon technology. You can look up the patents. It's there. Google it. Or use another browser. Don't use Google. I said Google about the Targeted Individual Program. Don't use Google. Use another browser. Or use Google too. Use all the browsers. Look up the TI program. Look up the patents for the directed energy weapons. Look up Nils Melzer, M-E-L-Z-E-R, first name Nils, N-I-L-S, at the United Nations. He's been investigating this program because it is a crime against humanity. let's see. There are videos from the Pentagon, of Pentagon officials, including the previous Secretary of State, Mark Esper, talking about directed energy weapons. It's out in the open. Pentagon officials talking about directed energy weapons. You can look up news stories on YouTube. Look up gang stalking news stories, gang stalking reports. Just look it up. It's been in local news throughout the country. I'm in the Boston area, so, you're probably not going to talk about it here. This place is like one of the gang stalking central areas. Really bad here because Massachusetts is basically run by Big Pharma, I've talked about that in other videos. I don't want to get into that right now. What else can you do? Well, let's see. You can look up the FISA court, FISA abuse. You can look up videos posted by other people who are targeted where they have evidenced they've posted evidence of their gang stalking. They've posted videos of them being gang stalked. They've posted testimonials. Are we all lying? Are we all crazy? I know there are reports debunking this, trying to make it seem like we're all crazy. We're not. We're not. Because you know what? More evidence. When I call the police and I tell them I'm being gang stalked, they don't tell me I'm crazy. I mean, they tried that shit the first time. But then I walked in and I filed a report. And I included like 2 pages of information and links about this program. And so, not a peep from them since. And then there was the time the cop came to my door because I stood up to a gang stalker and he was trying to get me institutionalized. And I was like, and he was asking me what the gang stalker had done to me for me to react to her the way I did. And I said, well, I'm not going to answer your question because this program is designed to make targets look psychotic and then we get institutionalized. Dude was pissed. He stomped his foot and grunted and he was mad because yeah, I know about this program. Okay? I'm not going to let people fucking lock me up. And you know what? The cops should be treating us better than that, but they don't. They don't. They have jobs because of us. And this is what they're doing. They're going around harassing people like me who've had MS for 20 years. Shame on you. But I digress. So yeah, I filed reports. It's been even in the local paper that someone called to file about gang stalking. What else? I've called the intelligence agencies. I've filed reports with the intelligence agencies. You think it matters? You think they care? No, because they're the ones behind it. But I've talked to them about it. They haven't told me that I'm crazy. I have talked to them about it. I've spoken to my healthcare practitioners about it. Not all of them, but I have 2 naturopaths, one in Massachusetts, one in New Hampshire, and a homeopath. And I've told them both that I've told all 3 of them that I'm a targeted individual. And they know about this program and they're involved in it. Now they won't admit they're involved in it, but they haven't denied it. They haven't denied the existence of this program, and they haven't told me that I'm crazy for saying that I'm targeted. In fact, they have confirmed to me. They know about it. I've spoken to attorneys, which is very hard to get an attorney because who wants to take this case? No one wants to take this case. No one wants to go against the government. And a lot of the attorneys are involved in this program as well. I've been harassed by attorneys too. But the attorneys know about it. And in the case that I was dealing with a neighbor who was harassing me, the judges were in on it. The judges were harassing me too. They were using parroting and whatever gang stalking techniques, as was the cop that had come to my door. I've talked to Governor Baker's office about it. They've done nothing. They're like, we can't do anything about it. Oh, a bunch of idiots here. We can't do anything. Same thing with Senator Warren's office. We can't do anything about it. Really? You can't or you won't. You can't or you choose not to. You can't or you don't give a fuck. I don't know. I talked to the Attorney General's office, Attorney General of Massachusetts. Nothing. They gave me some information to contact attorneys who were in on it. As did Governor Baker's office, that gave me information to contact attorneys who were in on it. I've confronted some of the neighborhood perps and straight out, one of them even apologized to me. I don't know that she meant it or not. I was like, I've been harassed for however many years and I have MS and I help sick people. I've helped sick people learn about, different ways to reverse their diseases. And she's like, sorry. But you think that's going to stop her from gang stalking? No. And I don't know that you're ever going to see this lady, but that house looked beautiful before you and your family moved in. It's a big old mess now. You destroyed it. I wish you could at least fucking trim the bushes or at least fucking arrange the curtains because they're a mess walking by that house. Anyway, I digress. Gang stalkers are a mess. You know, and they try to make the country even worse than it already is, which I don't understand. I mean, they can't even get their own fucking shit together. I guess they want everyone to feel as terrible as they feel and to be as terrible as they are. You know, because it's just terrible, useless, fucking disgusting people who can't get their shit together harassing other people who are way better than they will ever be. More evidence. Shielding companies. There are companies that sell shielding products like hats and scarves and, you know, this Q-Wave thing I've been reading about, and I have to do more research. But yeah, there are companies that sell shielding technology, shielding products. And why do those exist? If there is no targeted individual program and there are no directed energy weapons and there is no nothing. I just bought a hat. Okay, I just bought a hat to try to shield myself from the RNM, and I don't know that it's going to be enough because I don't know what frequencies and things are being used on me. I don't know. I'm just going to give it a shot. I have no idea. I don't even want to be dealing with this. I don't even want to be making this video, but I digress yet again. Here we go. Did I talk about the patents? You can look up patents. I think I mentioned the patents that you can look up on these technologies. Yeah, I think that about covers it actually, so quickly. Oh, and you can also look up what is it? That at the end of 2020, there were directed energy attacks near the White House, and that was reported even in fake news media. Specifically, I'm remembering an article that was posted by CNN about that. But, I mean, you know, they don't go too deeply into it because, whoa, that stuff's conspiracy theory. Let's hide all the weapons from space that terrorize and traumatize and kill the humans. We don't want to talk about that. Okay, so Havana Act, Havana Syndrome. Google debunking because it's real. Reading the gang stalking manuals on these organization sites that say that they're supposed to be helping TIs. Books on Amazon about the whole thing. You can read the patents on the technology. You can look up Nils Meltzer at the UN. You can look up people like, what's his name? Dolan. Dolan is one of them. I think that's his last name, that talks about all of this stuff. There's like scientists and psychologists and stuff that are always talking about these things. I can't think of all of their names off the top of my head right now. You can look at the videos from the Pentagon officials who've spoken about this program. I've talked to the cops and intelligence agencies about it. My healthcare practitioners know. Our attorneys don't want to take the case. I've talked to Governor Baker's office, Senator Warren's office, the Attorney General's office. I've talked to neighborhood perps about it. I even talked to my orthodontist assistant, and I said, I've been harassed since I was diagnosed, and this is what you get for helping people. And her face dropped, and I think she actually felt bad. But did that stop her from continuing to harass me? No, because people are cowards, and not only are they cowards, they also don't want to take any responsibility for their bullshit. Oh, you know what else? Oh, the shielding companies, the news stories, videos posted by other TIs, testimonials, and then, you know, there's stories like people being targeted all the time, like Wakefield, who was talking about autism, you know, and his license got stripped away. And then you have what happened to President Trump. That was targeting. And that's slowly starting to come out. There were 2 people who were already arrested in terms of that and the fake information that they reported to the FBI. So, I mean, even this program, this system, this FISA court bullshit, this was even used against President Trump, okay? And it's being used against everyday Americans like me and other TIs. And it's not right. I'm tired of it. I don't even want to be sitting here making these fucking videos. I don't want to be dealing with any of this. I wish I never knew about any of this stuff. There are other things I'd rather be doing with my life, but here we are. So, yeah. Yeah, it's real. And I hope 2022 is the last year that this program exists. Thank you, and have a good night.